everyone, welcome back to my channel. And as you can tell from the background, I'm in my kitchen again because I'm going to make another recipe for you. This is another recipe that I found online from a YouTuber that I watch, and it is a dessert. It's called pineapple cream cheese pie, or I think she called it a cheesecake pineapple pie, but we'll just call it a pineapple pie and leave it at that. Too many words. So let me put my tripod down over here and I'll show you the ingredients and then we'll get started on it. Okay, there's two layers to this pie. And for the first layer is these ingredients here. You need 8 ounces of cream cheese, softened, very soft. 2 eggs that you've brung to room temperature. A half a cup of sugar, white sugar. Oh, no, this is milk. Half a cup of milk. Half a teaspoon of salt. Here's the sugar, half a cup of sugar. And a teaspoon of vanilla. Then for the crust, you need the pineapple, which is here. Crushed pineapple, 1 cup. And when you measure it out, you don't drain the juice, just dip it out with the juice included. Another half a cup of sugar. And then a tablespoon of cornstarch or flour for thickening. Okay, so in the bowl, you put the cream cheese, your sugar, your eggs, your milk, and your salt. Now you're really supposed to use a mixer on this, but I'm going to try to do it by hand because I haven't got any electrical outlets over here, and that means I'd have to take it down on the other end of the kitchen. So I'm going to try it by hand first, and if I can't get anywhere with it, then I'll just go ahead and put the mixer together and use it. So let me go ahead and do that. I'm going to put you on pause while I do it. Okay, I got it mixed up. Now, she said when you mix it up, after you get done, there'll be lumps in it. There's definitely going to be lumps in mine because I tried to mix it by hand. It didn't do a very good job. After you mix that up, then you add in your vanilla flavor. In case y'all were seeing it sitting there and saying, "You're forgetting the vanilla, Vicky. You're forgetting the vanilla, Vicky." No, I don't know why, but she said to add that after you get this mixed up. Then you mix that in. You're supposed to beat this with a mixer too. And I'm just going to continue to do it like this. So then after you get this all stirred up, you set it aside. And then you'll start on the pineapple part. And we have to do the pineapple part on the stove. So I've got this pretty lumpy and mixed up pretty good. I'm going to go with it. So let me carry the tripod over to the stove and we'll get started on the other layer. Okay, I went ahead and put this stuff in here. You add the pineapple, the sugar, and the cornstarch or flour. And you put it on medium heat and stir it together until it starts to boil. And since this is supposed to be crushed pineapple, but once again, I wasn't prepared with any crushed pineapple, so I dumped the can out and took a knife and tried to cut it up and crush it myself, so I've actually got chunks. But you heat this up until it starts to boil, and then when it gets hot, you heat it until it gets hot. When it gets hot, you turn it up and boil it, and then you boil it for 2 minutes. So I'm going to put you on pause while I'm heating this up and getting it ready to boil. Now, as you can see, it's starting to bubble. It's starting to boil, and now I'm going to cook it and stir it and boil it for 2 minutes, which I've already did that a little bit before I turned the camera back on. I had mixed it a little bit because it's already starting to get thick. And I think that's going to be good enough right there. So then after it gets thick and you've boiled it for 2 minutes, you turn the burner off and you let it sit here until it cools down to like room temperature. Okay, after your pineapples cool down a little bit, they don't have to be completely cold, but just not burning hot like boiling off the stove. Just come down a little bit warm. You have your pie shell, and you're going to put your pineapple mixture in the bottom of that and spread it around. I think I had too much thickening agent in here because this really should have been a little bit thinner. Put this back over here. You spread it around evenly inside the shell till it covers the bottom. Just like that. Get nice and smooth and pretty. And you take your cream cheese mixture. Now, she said it would have little tiny lumps in it. It's okay. Mine's got big lumps in it. So I don't know if that's going to mess this thing up or not. Probably really should have used the electric mixer on it, but I just hate getting that thing out because I don't have any outlets over here. The outlets are down on the other end of the kitchen, and I've got my can opener and my air fryer down there, which means I would have to move all that stuff out of the way, so I'm just going to give it a whirl. Put this all on top. Then you put it in the oven at 400 degrees, and you cook it for 10 minutes at 400. Then at the end of 10 minutes, you turn it down to 325, and then you cook it for 50 minutes. 50 to 55 minutes till it's done. So I'm going to put it in the oven, and I'll get back with you in YouTube time when it gets finished. Hello, and so I'm back now, and I have the pie finished. It looks good. I haven't tried it yet. I let it cool down a little bit before I come in here. Probably still a little bit hot, but I'm going to go ahead and set the tripod down over there, and we'll slice into it and see if there's steam running off it. If it's too hot, I don't want to burn my tongue, but I do want to try it so I can let you guys know if it's a fail or if it's a success on account of the way that cream cheese was all lumpy. So let me put the tripod down, and then we'll slice into it and see. So this is what it looks like. Now, y'all, I had to make these little aluminum foil things to put on there. I have never in my life made these or had to use them. But the lady in the recipe said that if your edges started browning before the pie was done, if it still had a lot of bake time, that you should cover it. I probably should have covered it when I first put it in and then took them off halfway through the baking. Because let me tell you, these little puppies was hot when you're trying to put them on a hot pie pan. So I probably did that backwards. Like I said, I've never done that before. I am going to buy some of these. They sell them at Walmart, pie protectors. I'm going to buy some of them just to have around here for this. So let me see if it got cooked all the way. I cooked it for 50 minutes is what it said. Doesn't look completely set up. It may still need to be cooked just a tad bit more. Oh, that's stuck to the thing. I don't know. It ain't really gelled all the way. It probably ain't going to come out of here very good. It's steaming. I can tell you that right now. So I'm just going to pick it up and flop it on here. I will let the rest of it set up before I get into that. Once I put it in the ice box and it gets cooled down completely, I'm sure it'll be better. I'm just so excited to try it tonight that I just can't wait. I'm going to take a chance and risk getting my... So here's the mess. I'll slice, after it's in the ice box and let it cool, I'll slice off a prettier piece of it and put a prettier picture on here than that. That don't look very pretty. All right. Now for the ultimate test. Let's see if I can burn my mouth off. That's the ultimate test. Should I lean in like this and let y'all see me eating it? It's definitely hot. Okay, here goes nothing. I tried to blow on it and get it really, really cooled off, but it may still be hot and burn me. Well, it's different. Doesn't taste like I thought it was going to. But I think probably part of it has to do since it's still hot. I think once it cools down, the taste may be entirely different. It's good. I give it a thumbs up, even though it's not exactly like what I thought. So let me turn this around. Tell you guys, thank you so much again for coming and watching me in my kitchen. And thumbs up if you liked it, if you enjoyed this video. Maybe you might want to join my YouTube family. I do baking videos every once in a while, but if you're new here, just in case, if this is the first video you're watching, I do a baking video every once in a while, but that's not the main thing that I started my channel for. There's a lot of things that I'm actually doing. I have ideals for videos coming in the future, so thank y'all for coming and visiting with me tonight, and come back and see me any old time. Bye.